I wonder if anybody's ever said to you, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Or what would you do differently if you knew you couldn't fail? Somebody once said that to me. It was about 25 years ago, and I remember thinking at the time, what a bullshit question. Of course I can fail. Of all the list of things that could happen when I'm doing something new or different is I could fail. So at that time I totally dismissed it. I didn't really think about it. I didn't think about the alternatives or nuances of that question. I just thought, oh, that's total rubbish, and dismissed it. Now here I am 25 years later, and I coach people in business, and there's things that I know will work. Absolutely guaranteed will work in business. And what I see is that the people that I coach, rather than trusting the process, trusting that they can't fail with this thing, come up with lots of reasons to screw it up, or lots of doubts, or so on. And from a heart space, I understand. I absolutely know what they're going through, because I was in that same place and felt that same way when I had somebody coaching me. But the really important thing that I want to get across, and this is for my clients and for you guys that are watching this and maybe looking for somebody to help you with growing your business or overcoming something in your life that's getting in the way. The important thing I want you to get out of this is that there are certain things that will lead to a result for you. And if you believe that you will take this road, take this thing on, you've got to make sure that the road's aiming in the right direction. So to give you an example, I'm working with a client at the moment who is going to write a book. Now, once this book is written, it will position him as a thought leader in that industry. It's going to make him very different, very unique to other people that are working in this industry that he's in. And as a consequence, he's going to attract more leads, he's going to convert more customers, his business is going to take off. Now, this gentleman that I'm working with only needs 5 or 6 clients a year, because they pay so much and he does so much work with them, and he makes such a big difference with them that he only needs 5 or 6, because that's enough for him every single year with his clients. So I know that if he writes this book, and the book's written well and it's written in a way that I'll explain in a minute, then he'll get his 5 or 6. He'll probably get more than that, probably get 10 or 20, but he'll get what he actually needs. Now, the thing is that this will work. Oh, I got a fly. That's what happens when you're in outback Australia. This thing will work. If he writes the book and he does it right, it will work. So the thing that I've got to help him do is make sure that the book is pointing in the right direction. So think of it like a bridge. If the bridge is pointing north to south, and you want to go north or south, then the bridge is fantastic. But if you want to go east or west, the north-south bridge is not pointing in the right direction for you. And given the fact that he owns the bridge and he can direct it in any way, it's up to him to point it in the direction that he wants to go in. And this is where it comes down to thinking about, I won't fail with this, so where do I want to end up with it? And that's the key part of this. Is like, if I couldn't fail, where do I want to end up? If it's 5 years down the track, where do I want to be stood at the other end of that bridge? And it's a really, really important question, because if you do something that can't fail, like writing a book for a particular niche and industry, and you do it in the wrong way, i.e. pointing it in the wrong way, you will succeed in creating a life and a business and a group of clients that you don't want to be with. So if you don't point it towards the right clients and the right lifestyle, then you're going to end up where you've pointed it, because the thing won't fail. So, for instance, one of the things that I wanted to do is to build a business that allows me to be doing whatever I want to do and I can still run my business. Here I am. I'm in outback Western Australia. My business is working. I'm doing coaching remotely. And you might say, well, oh, well, that's just because of COVID. Everybody's doing this sort of thing. I've been working remotely for over 20 years. 22 years I've been working remotely. I've been working from a home office, nowhere near my clients. Some of my clients I have never seen. My clients can be from anywhere in the world, and I've been doing that for years and years and years. So I pointed the bridge in the right direction so that I could have a team working from wherever they are with my clients, and I just have to oversee it. And then with my coaching clients, I can coach them from anywhere. So I pointed the bridge in the right direction, and here I am at the other side of that bridge, wherever I want to be, whether that's in Western Australia or New South Wales or overseas. I can do that because I've built the bridge in the right direction. So with this gentleman that I'm talking about, my job is to make sure that if he's going to do the book, and I think he is, he makes it for the right niche group, a group that he wants to work with, he'll be happy working with in 5 years' time, and who are willing to pay him, and he can have the business designed in any way that he wants, so he can work anywhere if that's what he wants to do. So my job is to make sure that he does that, because when he writes the book aimed at that niche, it's going to work. So the question for you is what would you do if you couldn't fail? Where would you point your bridge? Who do you want to be working with? 5 years' time, who do you want to be working with? How do you want to be working with them? How many do you want to work with? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be anywhere, or would you really like to be in a CBD or capital city, or where, on the beach? So if you knew you couldn't fail, how would you design your life in the future so that when you then take those steps, whether it's writing a book or building a database and marketing to that list, whether it's learning to be a great speaker, whatever it is, when you take that step, it goes to the place that you really want to be at the end of the day. So if this is of interest to you, get in touch with me through the website. Book a call, we can talk, I can help you to put things together so that you can create the lifestyle that you want, the business that you want, and we can also look at what's getting in the way of you actually executing that.